Hello and welcome to my builder's review of the Leo High Grade 144 Gunpla model kit. This review is designed to let the viewers know what it is like to build a high grade Leo. I will go into the general process starting with the clipping and finishing up with some simple panel lining. I will be using a pair of nippers, sanding sponges and a Gundam marker fine liner pen and some electrical tape, more on that later. This kit is set out clearly. Starting with the box, we can see that it shows the layout of the runners. The different parts of the body are molded together. Looking into the instructions manual, that is also shown here. This is to help make multi-layers in a production line, but also helps with new builders. I like the idea and it makes the process a lot easier. The 5-page instruction manual starts in color and finishes in black and white. All polycaps are identical and on a single runner and easy to clip off. The other 3 runners for the main body are easy to access and I had no trouble clipping them with some nippers. I use a double clip method. This is where you clip far away from the piece to limit the stress marks, and after clipping the piece completely out, I went for a second clip on the nubs and it worked very well. There is one plastic piece for the face, which I had to be careful with while clipping as it was relatively small, but I had no issues here either. I chose not to cut out the 2 beam sabers as I do not plan on using them, but the gates seem easy to get to also. The inner parts left almost no white marks after the gates were cut off, but the 2 green runners I had a lot of white gate marks. I had to sand these. For the light green runner A, I had to sand every piece before I was happy with it. Here, you can see from the video it's impossible to get the white marks completely gone with the sanding sponges alone. The pieces fit together well and I did not have to sand the pieces to make them fit better. The only issue was the exposed parts that do not look good due to the gate marks. Painting this would fix it, but I personally don't like to paint my Gunpla. The panel lining was simple and did not need much effort. I used the Gundam marker fine liner and rubbed the excess away with my thumb. This was simple and gave good results. This kit has 0 color correction stickers, which is always appreciated. While attaching the parts together, I noticed that some of the ball joints were weak. The ankle skirts fell off during assembly 7 times. This was also the case with the upper and lower waist joints. I used a small amount of electrical tape to fix these unexposed areas. This makes the joint stiffer but does not affect the range of movement. I'm going to rate this model on a score from 1 to 5 with the following criteria. How clear are the instructions and the layout of the runners? How easy it is to clip out the pieces from the runners? How much cleanup is needed for each part, and how much extra work is needed to strengthen the joints and other parts. A model kit that gets a score of 5 is one that's really easy and requires next to no cleanup and extra work. A score of 1 would be a confusing kit that also needs a lot of work to get it looking the best it can. This Leo scores a score of 3 out of 5. Although the kit is easy to understand with the concise instructions and a great layout of the runners, it loses points due to the amount of extra work needed on certain joints and the sanding of the outer armor pieces. I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you got a good indication of how the Leo high grade model kit feels to build. Please consider liking and subscribing so you do not miss the next Gunpla Builder reviews. Have a great day and happy building!